Good morning and welcome back, everyone. We are looking at Bitcoin on a weekly time frame since at 4 p.m. the CME will close, and I am going to delete our little ascending channel on the smaller time frame and this measured move to the top side due to the fact that we tried to hit it and rejected heavily off of it yesterday. We are now in this other descending channel, which I will change the color. And then we are still just breaking out of this ascending pink channel. And yesterday we got our poke through that low. We are under the 100 EMA and the 236 EMA. And these are the things that we were all continually warning about. This week, it is imperative we close above 32,700. I know that seems like a far way away, but nothing is unlikely with Bitcoin. 32,700 is the last lows of this previous consolidation. Breaking under 32,700, we are looking for this lower consolidation, which we had back in July of 2021, and that is coming close to $29,000. So if we do not get a bounce over here, we are going to look for an even larger drop. But this is where I'm hoping support is before the retracement back to the top side. I'm going to zoom in on a daily so we can see exactly what's going on and what we're expecting for today. So yesterday we got the test into the 21, and I said that if we didn't start closing above, we'll start rolling over, and that's literally what occurred. We broke on the bottom of this channel, this pink channel, and now we are clearly making moves outside of the Bollinger Band. So today is gonna be hold your breath day. We need to stay above 35,600, starting to close any 4-hour candles under 35,600, you're looking for this move to play out. You might get a reprieve bounce at 34.5 and then retest back into the mid of the channel at 36.4 and then go right back down. But we have all weekend to worry about it. We don't know how it's going to go, but we just know that today the Bears are in control. There's a lot of panic in the market. It's Friday, the end of the week. Usually, big traders like to have positions off before the weekend so that way they can enjoy it with their family and then reposition themselves on Monday. So keep all of that in mind for today. I did actually have a long yesterday, and I did get stopped out outside of this channel. I let it go a little bit under this channel, so I did take a loss yesterday, full disclosure. But I am going to be patient for this next area to come out because I was hoping that this channel was going to stay as support. So I did take a long. We did go to the 21. I took some profit, and then what happened was I had a stop loss under my entry. So I gave some of that profit back. I didn't take a complete loss, but I gave some of my gains back. And then I am clearly waiting for another entry, but I don't know how the week is going to close. As I was already showing you, the weekly is closing under this fib. So I'm looking for the support on the bottom over here at 32.7. I don't know if we're going to get there because of the fact that the channel might give us some support. But if we don't break back into this other pink channel and we just, find support on the orange channel, it's still going to be lower highs. And this weekly selling was pretty heavy. It did not slow down. So there's no need to assume next week we're going to have our bounce. We need to wait and see how everything goes. But I am very suspect that we will get a bounce back next week, probably to the 236 at 38,177, and then we might roll back down again sometime in the middle of the week. Even if we get above the 38,200, we have such huge resistance at 41,500 that it's going to be a battle to get above the 21 and 55 EMA because of the fact that it's crossing right now to the downside. So this is basically saying on a weekly time frame, get ready for some more downside. If we were going to basically close like this and then next week have a pop up so we don't cross this 21.55, that'd be one thing. but it looks to me that the 21 EMA is going to lose the 55 and it's going to test into the 100. It's going to take a few weeks for this to happen. So if that's occurring over a few weeks, we're going to have a few weeks of this nonsense, slow downward consolidation, grind out on this 200. Then we might get a quick wick up because this has so much people shorting that the pop to the top side to short squeeze is going to be epic, long, and hard. And when it happens, it's going to be fast. So just be prepared, guys. It's going to be really, really quick, is what I'm assuming. Even if we dump down hard, the rise up will be just as quick. Whatever the fast move is, it will be just as fast in the opposite direction because people are not really going to be prepared. And as the move is coming to an end to the downside, it's going to be going so fast to the downside. People are going to be panicking and adding to shorts or opening new shorts at the worst opportune time. And then when it goes up, they're going to be the liquid fuel for us to push even higher to the top side. So keep all in mind. Right now, there's a lot of people probably buying the dip, dollar cost averaging, et cetera, et cetera. That's all good and great. But if this goes to the bottom and starts closing outside, all those people will get liquidated until we hit the 200. And then there's going to be no buyers here except the market maker bringing it back up. So make sure you guys have liquidity on the side. Use very low margin. This is not a time to be a hero. It's time to be defensive and protect your capital and be very smart about your liquidity. You're going to need it, so don't just waste it. Let's go back to the 4 hour. I'm going to show you the quick daily real quick. So as I said, we want to hold this level of support at 34.5. If we start losing 34.5 and start closing the daily candle underneath it, we're going to have these lower targets really quick over the weekend. This weekend's going to be low volume environment. Anything can happen. That's why I was saying the move up will be so fast because of the fact that a little bit of money on the weekend can make the market move, and it is ideal for them to do it when everyone's guard is off so they can take the most advantage of thin order books. And the weekend is perfect time for that, especially since the last few weeks, the motion has been to the downside. The weekend will be probably contradictory to that week's price action and just go the opposite direction quickly to throw everyone off guard and get everyone euphoric again for market maker to get some more liquidity on whichever side he wants to bring that market. So just be fully aware the games will be afoot this weekend. Going to the 4 hour, we are testing the Bollinger Band. If we can stay above 35.5, that'd be great. But if we start closing 4 hour candles under 35,500, you got this little layer of support at 34,500, which is $1,000 under. And then you have another $2,000 under that at 32.8, and then a larger drop to the $29,000 area. Lots of people have support at 30K or stop losses at 30K. That's why I think like this area might get support, but I'm not holding my breath until I see the price action. So keep in mind, guys, all of the US equity market right now is doing crazy things because Dixie is on a rampage to the top side. So be very careful. We don't know where it's going to go, but we have 22 minutes for this 4 hour candle to close. If the 4 hour candle closes like this, the volume is increasing to the downside. It's not slowing down. So all the dip buyers from yesterday have pressure against them. And if no one's stepping up to support them and their buys and people are still panicking, we're going to the downside for sure. And then even if we go to the top side, we have layer of resistance at 37.1, and then we have another large resistance at 37,650. So we have a lot of resistance to the top side to overcome if we're going to even get up there. And we have the largest layer of resistance at 40K. So even if price gets to 40K, and if it doesn't have open and closes of 4 hours above it, we're going to probably poke it, take all the liquidity from all these guys who are short, stop them out quickly, and then go right back down, take all their money again for anyone who's trying to buy the long on the wick up to stop these people out. So that is Bitcoin. I'm going to go to Ethereum so we can look at Ethereum and see how the week is looking to close. So on Ethereum, I'm going to remove this measured move to the top side. And then I just want to point out that we are breaking under the 382. We finally have a hard rejection off the 21 and the 382, which I was talking about yesterday. So now we are looking at the move to the downside. This little orange line right here is the breakout of this pink channel. And as you can see, we are starting the path. And I'm hoping for some support at 2,600 for a bounce. If we don't get it, then we're looking for the 236 at 2,464, which I've mentioned multiple times this week. Kind of the similar situation with Bitcoin. But if we lose this, we still have this 100 EMA at 2,350. And then from here, this measured move seems more likely. Maybe you have a little bit of support at 2,150, but the 1,700 level, which has been tested multiple times before, seems the most likely since the 200 EMA is looking to come in the area. Now, this is not going to happen in a day. I mean, even if it does, that's fine. But in the next few weeks, this seems more likely. If we find a retracement, reprieve bounce come in here, the $2,927 level is the first area I would be taking profit. And then if we get even higher than that, then I'm looking for the 21 at 3,050. It's up to the buyers to start buying it up now, so these EMAs don't even touch. If the 21 and the 55 cross and the 21 gets under the 55, you're going to see much quicker selling into the 100 EMA. And then if this doesn't support us, we're going to wick into the bottom of the Bollinger Band. And at that time, if that occurs, the Bollinger Band will curve down and it's going to just guide us to the 200 EMA. And this is going to take like 3-4 weeks to play out. But if I showed you on a monthly, you can understand what I'm saying. But this is something, if you look at my previous videos, I've been telling you this. This right here looked like a distribution. And we had a measured move of this distribution, how low it can go. And nobody wants to look at it because it's just not seeming logical for it to drop that low. But I mean, price don't lie. And this thing is saying negative. So obviously it can't go that low, but if the distribution continues, we can make a deep drop to the downside. How low we go, we won't know, but anything is possible. So just keep that in mind. That's why I'm not calculating these larger time frames. I'm just showing you this local price action. And then we can use the larger time frame as a guide as to expect what would happen if we lost this 200 EMA on a weekly level. But until then, we're just talking. I'm going to go to a daily and let's zoom in and see what the price action is doing. On a daily, we are testing the bottom of the Bollinger Band. So if we can get a bounce, that would be great. But since we have 12 hours left in the day, more than likely, we're going to test a little bit lower. We already broke this level of support. So now we're looking for this middle of the channel to support us at 2,625. If we can't hold that level of support and go sideways, then we're looking for this $2,450 level. Losing this level here, we have these lower area of consolidation for this measured move and etc. But we're going to wait to see how this daily closes. If we close this daily outside this Bollinger Band, then this weekend can get nasty. But if we can hold inside the Bollinger Band for the daily close, we can look for a reprieve bounce to the top side and see if we can break this high or at least test into this fib at 2,930. Let's go to the 4-hour and zoom in. Looking at the 4-hour, we are losing the 21. So even if we get a reprieve bounce, we're going to test into the bottom of this channel first, which is 2,750, which is kind of our breakdown point from the bottom. And if we can get into the channel again, that's great, but we're going to have next level of resistance right to the top at 2,950. If we can break up above that, we have the fib and the 200, which is 2,960. So until we start making 4-hour closes above 2,950, we can't even consider the middle of the channel, which is 3,295 as a viable take profit area. Right now, the path of least resistance is to the downside. So we need buyers to step up and just take price action above these last lows, so that way we can have the other buyers step up and continue. Shorts will close their positions over here, and that should accelerate price to the upside. So it's going to be a lot of holding our breath. The bears are definitely putting the pressure on the bulls. Lots of people are in a little bit of panic and fear. So the moves to the downside can capitulate really quickly. So be very careful, because we've been testing these levels of support for a long time. There's a lot of money in that area for grabbing that liquidity. And it is very, very scary situation, because a lot of people are not prepared, thinking it's not possible. But this level here at 2,460, I don't know why we wouldn't tap it and take liquidity by just tapping a little bit under it, stopping out all these people from early in the March, and then just going back up. Even if we just go down here for 5 minutes, it is enough to do the damage it needs to do. I mean, we can go as low as 2,250 and then just reverse it back up by just taking all these stops out. And then what would happen is shorts would hopefully close as well, and then you would see the move up. And as long as we follow this, that would be great. Like, popping out of this pink channel just this much is not a big deal. We want to see the volume of buys come in, and when it comes in, we want to have it carry us above the EMAs with opens and closes. We don't want to just see a quick wick. If we see a quick wick down and the 4-hour closes back up, then hey, that means that buyers supported it. So we need to see a few candles opening and closing like this here under this channel to say, hey, yes, the bearish move is more likely. And right now we are testing into the previous consolidation. So it is possible for us to get a quick wick up just to close out all the people who are shorting for like a few weeks. So be ready, guys. If you guys have any questions or concerns, please leave it in the section below. I will answer it ASAP. If you have other assets you guys would like me to cover, just let me know and I will get back to you with those videos. Aside from that, please don't forget to like and subscribe and press the bell button for notifications so you guys get these real-time updates as soon as they come out. And if you guys have some free time over this weekend, please go through my channel and look at these other altcoins, because a lot of them are lined up for some very good long-term entries. And you could 100x portfolio with some of these coins with some small investments and do the old lady dollar cost average method. I think DaVinci J15 teaches this. But please do take your time and look at some of these altcoin videos. I am trying to put out as much information on these coins as possible so everyone can have an opportunity to just hit that lotto ticket. So aside from that, guys, have a great weekend. Be safe. Talk to you guys soon. And I will wish you guys the best on this trading day. Bye-bye.